Hello, everyone. It's the voice of GNFX. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All right, so let's look at some things we have with the market setup we have today. And we want to start with the GP card. Okay, GP card, what I think of GP card. Last week, we saw a sort of bullish pattern here with this very candle for last week. And so far, so good this week. What we started to see as of Thursday last week, we started to see some capitulation on that coming into the market. So what we're going to be looking at, we're going to set up for a bullish setup inside of this area for this week. So we're going to look at probably between Tuesday, Wednesday. If we can have a drop, we look at the ATR for the week, and then we can make addition based on that. So look at this zone, which would be a very nice area for a bounce. So possibly we can have a reversal of some sort or a continuation from this setup alone, and also on the daily time frame, which was also set up here, followed by a bullish setup here, which also what we wanted to see. And now we wanted to see a retracement and a confirmation for a rally to the upside, and that would be very awesome to see as well. Okay, so but here, understand guys, here there was a bearish confirmation here also that the major degree of the trend is to the downside. Okay, because of this very candle and this one coming to confirm the market setup, and the major trend is to the downside. Okay, so what we just want to be doing, we want to catch some minor pullback. Okay, so whatever is going to happen here is going to be minor pullback to the upside. So if this week can actually close as indecision candle, then we are going to reevaluate the situation for next week, and then to be able to get a clear confirmation of what we want to be doing or what we want to do for next week. Okay, but for now, everything is bullish, and we don't have any confirmation as to what we want to be doing first. And we want to be looking to opportunity long this way back into this zone, because that will be a very nice area to actually do that. But we need a confirmation of a bullish setup to actually do that. Okay. So we move straight into the Euro AUD. We spoke about the Euro AUD on a pre-market session that we want to see some confirmations in the market after a double pin bar. Okay, double pin bar came into the market for last week, and we saw how everything fell for last week. And that double pin bar, okay, actually indicates this was a bullish setup. This is supposed to be a confirmation, but an indecision can do also this confirmation. So definitely there's a fair rally at this point. I expect a drop to downside, but only with a confirmation. And with that, I think I want to wait inside of this area to find that confirmation, because this was a failed rally too that also reflected from the weekly time frame we spoke about there. And we want to see that drop coming into the market, and we want to see that confirmation also before we can then take that bold decision into shorting the Euro AUD to the downside. All right, so what do we want to do for a monthly time frame? For a monthly time frame, we are around a very key area, which can also see that the play can actually switch on from this point after failing to move from this zone to the upside money time frame. So we had this bearish candle coming to take over all this happening in the market, but definitely we have to set up to see what can happen. Okay, what can happen, because definitely this is strong with that area. So probably we might actually have a test up to this area before down the drop, but that we do not know at the moment. So we're just going to be looking at some decisions and probabilities in the market of what we want to be doing next and how we want to approach this. Okay, the next on our list is the GBP AUD. The GBP AUD is also quite phenomenal, as we had indecision candle from Thursday last week, also indecision candle here. So definitely we want to look at a setup to be able to go bullish on this space. So far, so good. We've not had any. Looking at last week, how last week was positioned, so we didn't have any setup. So last week was bullish. So we want to wait for any bullish confirmation as to finding a right entry for a long trade to the upside. So that's what we want to be doing for this week. So we look at the GBP AUD, GBP-JPY. Okay, GBP-JPY, we gave an interesting now on Friday that students should actually go short here, and that was a very good trade, as you can see. Also, we are also in core profit here to the downside, because when I spoke about this thing, we looked at the candles, okay, how everything was playing in the market, and we saw how this candle also showed an indecision candle. This one confirmed the rally to the downside, and with the confirmation from this candle, definitely we know that the major degree of the trend should be to the downside. Okay, so that's what we want to be doing for the GBP-JPY as well. So we go move over to the Euro-JPY. Euro-JPY is actually moving in an uptrend, okay, quite an uptrend, and we're looking at certain things on a monthly time frame. So from a weekly time frame, we can see that for last week, 2 weeks ago, there was indecision, bullish setup, indecision candle, and we saw this massive drop, which indicates a fail in rally. Okay, so there was no major interest in the Euro-JPY to upside. Okay, so actually we actually saw this strong trade, but we definitely want to see some pullback back into this zone before we can then short the play to the downside. Only that we'll look to then enter. But looking at how it's going to in the market, on Thursday we had this indecision candle followed by this confirmation. Definitely we are not ready for that pullback yet. So once we're ready for that pullback, we'll be there to hop into the trade. And so far so good. We've not had any good entry to actually hop into this trade, because we're looking at this area for at the beginning of the week to actually come into the trade on Tuesday. But definitely we've seen price then make this direction to the downside. Definitely we cannot step into the market and take that boost step into taking that trade, because looking at everything how it's spending, the daily ATR here for this place, 101 people. So far, so good. We have moved 134 people. So I think we should just try a correct of some sort to the upside, or it can actually do anything, okay, because we don't want to take in this trade, so we cannot really go into analyzing deep with this trade. Okay, so the trade we took today was just a small lot size. Okay, we actually opened 0.01 lot size into 5 places, and we put up a pending order there, and that was triggered. So we actually having 0.01 lot size times 10 places, okay, in this trade. Okay, actually I opened that many of the times so that I can be able to close my trade on intervals, okay, on areas where I want to close them. That's how I do take my trading. I don't just come and open 0.1 lot or one standard lot. I actually open segments of lots, okay. That will also help me, to be able to close trades, okay, gradually until I hit my take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3 area. Okay, so we just go straight to the major plays, and then we look at some set of major plays which we spoke about during the pre-session. I spoke about in the pre-session that we want to be taking some good plays this week. We don't want to be taking some random plays. Okay, we want to wait for those confirmations, because definitely the Euro USD is to the downside, because when I spoke about the Euro AUD for last week, I spoke about this intuition candle 1, intuition candle 2. Okay, so the next direction should be to the downside. So what we want to be doing, we want to be setting up for a bearish setup to the downside, and once that could happen, I think we'll set. So we talk about the downside, okay, but definitely this has actually indicated that, but definitely we want to see how the best current daily candle can close, because this is going to be key to what we're going to be doing. I think it's the best time to actually hop into the trade, okay, for some serious pullback, okay. But we need to look at areas where we need to get off of the trade. What we'll just do, we'll just take the swing, high, low. So we'll just take Fibonacci extension 127, which is this zone. So we'll just put up a line here, and for the H4, I think that would be a nice time too. That would be a nice time too. But we can look at how everything will fold up today. I think I will just need to write that play down to the zone. Okay, we'll look at the USD card. USD card, we spoke about the USD card during the pre-session. This was a confirmation, but we wanted to see more confirmation to the upside. But this was a pullback. It was a pullback here, so we need to see more confirmation. Okay, so that'll be all for today, and I'll see you with more updates. We want to see how the AUD USD will close today. NZD also today, want to look at how it's set up. All right, want to see how it's set up. Okay, so that'll be all for today. Have a wonderful day.